Welcome to History Adventuring. This is episode number 587. I'm Brad Hall, and today we're writing a check at a grocery store in Phoenix in the 1970s. Time travel with me to the 1970s, and let's go to a grocery store and pay with a check. I actually did this back in 1977 when I lived at the Saguaro Apartments and would go buy groceries with a check. First of all, you would need to have a checking account, which you got at a bank, and which came with a checkbook, which was a bunch of pre-printed documents that you would carry around. Checks are still being used nowadays, but it's been a long time since anyone used one at a grocery store. It was quite a process. After the cashier had rung up all of your groceries, you would open up your checkbook and write out the name of the store, in cursive only, the date, the amount, and then you would sign the check. At that point, generally the manager of the store would come over to approve the check and to look at your driver's license. Your home address and telephone number were pre-printed on the check, I guess in case they needed to visit or call you. There were also check guarantee cards. I know that I used them in the 1980s, but I don't recall having one in 1977. And the manager would write down some information. Looking back at how long the process took, it amazes me that anyone got out of the store without having their ice cream completely melt. To me, it was just part of being a grown-up. And if I did all of the steps correctly, the store got their money, and I got my groceries. Of course, the system was very flawed, and often people would pay with worthless checks, and I guess they would get a visit from the grocery store manager or a phone call. I never did that, so I really don't know. In addition to writing the check, you would also have to take the time to write the amount in the check register, which was another page included in your checkbook. Then when you got home, you would deduct that amount. I used a calculator, but real old-timers just did the math in their heads. And then when the bank mailed you a monthly statement, you would do more calculations against that and do what was called reconciling. You could still do that, and really you should, even in this digital age, because it checks if the bank has done their math correctly. Of course, checks weren't any good if you wanted to go pay for things in a foreign country. So before you got ready to go on vacation, you would go to your bank and get traveler's checks. I never traveled out of the country, but I remember the commercials that warned you not to carry cash in foreign countries, and to be sure to buy a particular brand of traveler's checks. Their slogan was, "Don't leave home without it." I still have my checkbook, and I rarely use it, but sometimes I do. But never at a grocery store. This has been History Adventuring. I'll talk to you later.